Imagine a world where carbs are the villain. Where brave doctors and rebels dared to say,
"Bread, no thanks, I'll take the bacon."
this is the untold, juicy, fat-dripping story of the low-carb diet from the 1800s to today. Chapter 1. The Man Who Started It All, 1863. Meet William Banting, an English undertaker with a belly as round as a casket. He tried everything to lose weight. Swimming, starvation, even horse-drawn exercise machines. Nothing worked. Until one day, a doctor told him,
"Stop eating bread, sugar, beer, and potatoes."
wild, right? In just months, Banting lost 50 pounds.
What?
And wrote a book called Letter on Corpulence. It went viral. People were saying, "Are you Banting?" Like we say, "Are you Keto?" today. Banting had just invented the first low-carb diet. Chapter 2. The Meat-Only Madman, 1920s. Arctic explorer Vilhjalmur Stefansson is living with the Inuit, eating nothing but meat and fat, and feeling amazing. Back in New York, scientists said,
"That's impossible, you'll die of scurvy."
so Stefansson said,
Wanna bet?
he locked himself in a hospital for a year. Ate only meat. Spoiler, he didn't die. He thrived. This became the blueprint for carnivore diets 100 years later. Chapter 3. The Invention of Keto, 1921. Meanwhile, a doctor named Russell Wilder was experimenting with fasting to treat epilepsy. But fasting forever isn't practical, so he asked,
Can we trick the body into fasting mode without starving?
answer, yes. By feeding patients high-fat, ultra-low-carb meals. The body enters ketosis, burns fat, and the seizures stop. The ketogenic diet was born, not for weight loss, but for medicine. Chapter 4. The Man Who Warned Us About Sugar, 1960s. Now enter Dr. John Yudkin. In the 60s, while everyone else was blaming fat for heart disease, Yudkin said,
"It's not fat, it's sugar."
the food industry, not happy. They called him a quack, buried his research, and made sure we forgot him. For a while. But today, Yudkin is a legend. His book, Pure, White, and Deadly, predicted the modern obesity crisis. He was right, just 40 years too early. Chapter 5. The Doctor Who Made Low-Carb Go Viral, 1972. Then came a cardiologist from New York, Dr. Robert Atkins. In 1972, he published Dr. Atkins's Diet Revolution. He told millions,
"Carbs make you fat. Fat doesn't. Eat all the meat, butter, and cheese you want. Just skip the bread."
He was canceled by nutritionists, but loved by the public. Atkins became a household name, selling millions of books and low-carb bars. He didn't start the fire, but he poured bacon grease on it. Chapter 6. The 90s Comeback Kids. In the 1990s, low-carb came roaring back. Doctors Michael and Mary Dan Eads launched Protein Power, focusing on insulin and metabolism. Barry Sears created the Zone Diet, balancing carbs, protein, and fat. And finally, researchers started to catch up.
Hey, maybe low carb does help with weight, diabetes, and heart risk.
Science was finally listening. Chapter 7. Keto Goes Global, 2010s now. Fast forward to today. You've got keto TikTok, keto bread, keto coffee with butter in it. Low carb has gone mainstream, from medical clinics to gym bros to your mom's Facebook group. Modern researchers like Dr. Jeff Volek and Dr. Eric Westman are bringing science to the table and showing how low carb can reverse diabetes, aid weight loss, and improve markers of heart disease. What was once fringe is now backed by research. And here's what's happening right now in the world of nutrition. On January 7, 2026, the United States government released a major overhaul of its national dietary guidelines. This isn't your grandma's pyramid. Instead of carbs and grains dominating the base, the new model puts protein, healthy fats, vegetables, fruits, and whole foods front and center. It calls for more real food, fewer refined carbohydrates, and less ultra-processed junk. Eating patterns that look surprisingly familiar to anyone who's followed low-carb or keto principles over the years. Experts divided. But one thing is clear. The idea that carbs are king is no longer untouchable at the highest levels of nutrition policy. From a chubby Undertaker in 1863 to an upside-down food pyramid in 2026, the conversation around carbs, fats, and protein has come full circle. Maybe the real takeaway isn't how little carbs you can eat, but how much whole food you're willing to embrace. For more content like this, don't forget to follow.